Let me tell you something. Life isn't complicated, but it is unforgiving. You violate the rules, you pay the price. Success, happiness, fulfillment, they all have laws. And if you ignore them, you end up lost, broken, and wondering how you got there. I know, because I made the mistakes. I ignored the lessons, and I paid the price. But today I'm handing you the blueprint. 100 laws of life, so you don't screw yours up like I did. Let's start with the basics. Take full responsibility. No one is coming to save you. Read that again. Not your parents, not your friends, not the government, not some mentor who magically appears and gives you the answers. It's all on you. And the moment you accept that, really accept it, your life changes. Because as long as you blame, as long as you wait, as long as you expect someone else to fix things, you stay powerless. You stay stuck. You stay exactly where you are. But when you own everything, your choices, your mistakes, your failures, your wins, that's when things shift. You see, most people go through life pointing fingers. My boss is holding me back. The economy is bad. My parents didn't teach me the right things. I don't have the right connections. Excuses. All of them. Yes, life is unfair. Yes, you might have started at a disadvantage. Yes, other people may have it easier. So what? You're going to sit there and let that be your story? Or are you going to take ownership and write a new one? Listen to me. Every single successful person, every single person who turned their life around, they all had a moment when they said, enough. Enough blaming, enough waiting, enough excuses. They looked in the mirror and said, this is on me. And when you do that, when you take full responsibility, you unlock power you never knew you had. Because if your life is your fault, then your future is your choice. If your failures are on you, then so are your comebacks. You can change, you can grow, you can become whoever you want to be. But it starts with ownership. It starts with dropping the excuses. It starts with realizing no one is coming. That's the best news you'll ever hear. Your choices determine your future. Every small decision shapes your destiny. Not the big dramatic moments, not the once-in-a-lifetime opportunities, the tiny choices you make every single day. Most people don't realize this. They think their future is something that just happens to them, that luck, fate, or circumstances will decide where they end up. But that's not how it works. Your life is the result of every decision you've made up to this point. The food you eat, the thoughts you entertain, the people you spend time with, the habits you build, the work you put in, or don't. Everything compounds. You don't become successful overnight. You don't become broke overnight. You don't get in shape from one workout. You don't ruin your health with one bad meal. It happens choice by choice. And that's the dangerous part. Because when a decision feels small, it's easy to dismiss it. It's easy to say, skipping one workout won't matter. It's just one more hour of TV. I'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow turns into next week. Next week turns into next year. And before you know it, you're stuck in a life you never wanted. But the opposite is also true. One good decision leads to another. 1 hour of effort today turns into momentum tomorrow. One disciplined choice today creates opportunities you never saw coming. You don't have to make massive changes all at once. You just have to start making better choices right now. Wake up earlier. Read instead of scrolling. Work instead of complaining. Move instead of sitting still. Say no to what doesn't serve you. It's not about being perfect, it's about being intentional, because your choices are creating your future, whether you realize it or not. So the question is, are you making choices that build the life you want, or are you making choices that will lead to regret? Hard work is non-negotiable. There's no shortcut to success, no hack, no magic formula, overnight transformation. Just work. The people who win in life, they're not the smartest. They're not the most talented. They were the ones who showed up every single day and did the work, even when they were tired, even when they didn't feel like it, even when nobody was watching. Because success doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care how tough your childhood was. It doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if you don't feel motivated today. It only cares about one thing: effort. And if you're not willing to put in the effort, someone else will. That's the brutal truth. Someone else is waking up earlier. Someone else is training harder. Someone else is studying longer. Someone else is building while you're resting. And one day you'll look up and wonder why they have what you don't. It's because they did what you weren't willing to do. You can complain, you can make excuses, you can wait for things to get easier, or you can outwork everyone. You can wake up and attack the day. You can push through discomfort. You can embrace the grind. Because the grind is where champions are made. The grind is where you separate yourself from the pack. And here's the thing, hard work isn't just about achieving success. It's about who you become in the process. The discipline, the resilience, the confidence that comes from knowing you earned it. No one can take that from you. You want freedom? Work for it. You want respect? Work for it. You want success? Work for it. Because at the end of the day, you don't get what you wish for, you get what you work for. Surround yourself with winners. Your environment dictates your success. You can have all the ambition in the world, you can have the biggest dreams, the best ideas, the strongest work ethic, but if you're surrounded by people who think small, who make excuses, who settle for average, you will become just like them. Because energy is contagious, mindsets are contagious, habits are contagious. If you spend your time around lazy people, don't be surprised when you stop pushing yourself. If you hang around complainers, don't be shocked when you start making excuses. If you're constant with people who doubt themselves, you'll start doubting yourself too. But the opposite is also true. Put yourself in a room with winners and watch how fast you level up. Spend time with people who are driven and you'll start thinking bigger. Surround yourself with disciplined people and you'll become more disciplined because the standard in the room becomes your standard. You stop making excuses when no one around you tolerates them. You stop slacking when everyone around you is putting in the work. You stop thinking small when you're surrounded by people who dream big. This is why successful people don't just protect their time, they protect their circle. They know that one negative influence can pull them down, one toxic voice can plant doubt, one weak mindset can weaken their own. So ask yourself, who are you spending your time with? Are they pushing you forward or holding you back? Are they lifting you up or dragging you down? Are they challenging you to grow or keeping you comfortable? You don't owe anyone your future. You don't owe anyone your potential. You owe it to yourself to be in an environment that makes you better. Because when you surround yourself with winners, you become one. Small actions create big results. The compound effect is real. Every single choice you make, every habit you build, every step you take, it all adds up. At first it feels like nothing is happening. You go to the gym and the scale doesn't move. You read a book and you don't feel any smarter. You save a little money and your bank account still looks the same. And that's where most people quit. They think effort isn't working. They think small actions don't matter. They think success comes from one big breakthrough, but they're wrong. Because real success, it's invisible at first. It's built in the quiet moments, the early mornings, the extra reps, the late night study sessions, the times when no one is watching and no one is clapping. One workout won't change your body, but 1,000 will. One book won't make you a genius, but 100 will. $1 saved won't make you rich, but consistent investing will. It's about momentum. A snowball rolling down a hill starts small, but as it keeps rolling, it grows, it picks up speed, it becomes unstoppable. Your life works the same way. You don't need to make massive changes overnight. You just need to start. You just need to be consistent, because the difference between success and failure isn't talent, it isn't luck, it's what you do every single day. Good habits stack up, discipline stacks up, effort stacks up. And over time, those small actions, they create a future you never thought possible. Train your mind relentlessly. Your mindset is your greatest tool. It will either build you up or break you down. It will either push you forward or hold you back. Everything in your life starts in your mind. Your confidence, your discipline, your success, your failures. Your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions shape your life. If you believe you're weak, you'll act weak. If you believe you're not good enough, you'll never take the shot. If you believe success is impossible, you'll never chase it. But if you train your mind to be strong, everything changes. Because strength isn't just physical, it's mental, it's emotional. It's the ability to face challenges and refuse to back down. And that kind of strength, it's built through repetition. Just like you train your body, you have to train your mind every day. Feed it with powerful thoughts, challenge the doubt, destroy the excuses, replace fear with action. Because your mind will do what you tell it to do. Tell it you can't and it will believe you. Tell it you're unstoppable and it will prove you right. You can train yourself to handle stress. You can train yourself to push through pain. You can train yourself to keep going when everything in you wants to quit. But it doesn't happen by accident. It happens by choice. So choose to be mentally tough. Choose to think bigger. Choose to control your thoughts before they control you, because the battle isn't out there. It's in your mind. Win there and you win everywhere. Take risks or stay stagnant. Playing safe leads to regret. You can spend your whole life avoiding failure. You can stay in your comfort zone, never take chances, never put yourself out there. But one day you'll look back and realize you never really lived. Because growth requires risk. Anything worth having demands that you step into the unknown. But most people won't do it. They let fear control them. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of losing what they already have. So they stay put. They settle for average. They convince themselves that playing it safe is the smart move. But what they don't realize is that staying the same is the biggest risk of all. Because life doesn't wait. Opportunities don't last forever. If you don't take the shot, someone else will. And nothing feels worse than looking back and wondering what could have been. So what if you fail? Failure isn't the enemy. Failure is proof that you tried. Failure is the tuition you pay for success. Every risk you take teaches you something. Every mistake makes you stronger. Every setback prepares you for the next level. The real failure, never trying at all. You weren't born to play it safe. You weren't put here to live small. You were made to take chances, to go all in, to see what you're really capable of. So stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Stop talking yourself out of the life you want. Take the risk, make the move, bet on yourself. Because the biggest regret isn't losing, it's never playing the game. Failure is a stepping stone. Learn, adapt, and move forward. Most people are terrified of failure. They see it as proof that they're not good enough, as a reason to quit, as something to avoid at all costs. But that's why most people never grow. Because failure isn't the end, it's part of the process. It's not a stop sign, it's a lesson. Every successful person you admire has failed more times than they can count. They've lost money, they've made bad decisions, they've fallen flat on their faces. But they didn't stop. They let failure define them. They used it to get better. Because failure is feedback. It shows you what works and what doesn't. It teaches you what to adjust, what to improve, and what to let go of. It forces you to grow in ways success never could. The people who win in life aren't the ones who avoid failure. They're the ones who fail, learn, and keep going. They don't take it personally. They don't let it break them. They use it as fuel. So if you've failed, good. That means you're trying. That means you're in the game. That means you're moving forward. But what you do next is what matters. Do you give up or do you get back up? Do you stay stuck in the past or do you learn and adapt? Because the only true failure is quitting. Everything else is a stepping stone to something greater. Purpose gives direction. Without a mission, you're lost. You can work hard, you can stay busy, you can chase success, but if you don't know why you're doing it, you'll always feel empty. Because purpose is what gives your effort meaning. It's what keeps you going when things get hard. It's what makes sacrifice worth it. It's what turns struggle into something greater than just survival. Without purpose, you drift. You jump from one thing to the next, hoping something will fill the void. You chase money, status, validation, only to find out none of it satisfies you. That's why so many people feel stuck. Not because they're incapable, not because they're unlucky, but because they have no clear direction. They wake up and go through the motions. They do what's expected of them. They follow the path someone else laid out. and years go by and they wonder why they feel so unfulfilled. It's because they never stop to ask, what do I actually want? What sets my soul on fire? What impact do I want to make in this world? Purpose isn't something you find, it's something you create. It's built through action, through exploration, through following what challenges and excites you. And when you have it, everything changes. You stop hesitating, you stop second guessing, you stop wasting time on things that don't matter. Because you know where you're going, you know what you stand for. You know why you're here. And that clarity, that's what turns an ordinary life into something extraordinary. Act now, not later. Success belongs to those who move today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not someday. Because someday is a lie. It's the excuse people use to avoid action. It's the story they tell themselves to feel better about standing still. They say they'll start when they have more time, when they feel ready, when the conditions are perfect. But here's the truth. There is no perfect time. There is no magical moment when everything aligns. The only time you have is now. Right now is when decisions are made. Right now is when momentum begins. Right now is when your future is built. But most people hesitate, they overthink, they wait for more motivation, they wait for permission. And in that waiting, they lose opportunities. Because while they're standing still, someone else is moving. Someone else is taking action. Someone else is making progress. And success, it doesn't go to the smartest. It doesn't go to the most talented. It goes to the ones who take action. The ones who step up before they feel ready. The ones who bet on themselves. The ones who refuse to let fear dictate their lives. So what are you waiting for? Another year to pass? Another opportunity to slip away? Another excuse to hold you back? Stop waiting. Start now. Make the call. Take the step. Do the work. Because the future doesn't belong to those who wait. It belongs to those who act. Your life is shaped by the choices you make every single day. No one is coming to save you. No one's going to hand you success. No one will push you to become the person you're meant to be. That's on you. You have the power to take control, to surround yourself with winners, to train your mind, take risks, and embrace failure as a stepping stone. To act now instead of waiting for the perfect moment. Because success isn't about luck. It's not about talent. It's about relentless action, discipline, and the courage to step into the unknown. So stop holding back. Stop doubting yourself. Stop playing small. This is your time. Step up, take full responsibility, and build the life you were meant to live.